Wait, are you letting me do it?
No.
What the fuck in my god?
See, Nina wanted to do that shit. Nina wanted to do that corny ass
What's
shit.
love? Thought it was good,
She wanted to do the corny shit. All right, so welcome back to another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your hosts, Apollo P and
No Better Nina.
There we go, and we're back, and this is episode number 11.
13.
Oh, what? Oh, fuck. Yeah, 13. This is number.
Damn.
This is episode number 13. I think we should start, naming the podcast and the number in the beginning. Actually, no. If I'm going to be fucking up like that every week,
Yeah,
I do not.
You should let me do it. Lucky number 13.
All right, lucky number 13.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the make or break podcast number. Because you know what they say about 13. They don't have no 13s in no buildings, and 13 on Fridays
What
are
do you
unlucky.
mean? I lived in a building that had 13 floors in Baltimore.
And word?
Yeah. So that's
No wonder
wrong.
you had a bad experience.
I had a great experience. I loved it.
As you said. So before we get into what's it called? Superstition?
Yeah.
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 All right. So how's your week been, Nina?
Good. I didn't do anything. I actually relaxed this weekend. I had my MRI, and I was very terrified.
Oh, did your knee, look? Your knee looks pretty nice.
Yeah, but I cried because I was scared, and I had to go alone.
You cried?
Yeah, because I literally got scared that the screws were gonna get ripped out of my knees.
Man, you mad pussy.
Oh, I was like really scared. But whatever is done. I get the results this week.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I do? Honestly, just the gym. Like that's it. And I did nothing else the rest of the weekend. I started watching Are You the One? Somebody told me that I remind them of a character or of a person because they're real people on Are You the One?
Yep.
So I started watching it, but I started at season 4. Apparently the person I remind them of is in season 5. So, but it's a good show. It's cool. I would actually like to be on it. I feel like that'd be interesting.
Nina, you know what? Yo, just fuck it. Just go to Match.com.
No. I'm gonna be on Are You the One? Like that's so exciting. You get a free vacation out of it.
Go to Match.com.
No, that's not the same.
Go to BlackPeopleMeet.com.
No, I'm not black.
I don't think black people are black on there. I don't think all the people on BlackPeopleMeet.com are black, and I don't think all the people on Christian Mingle are Christian.
You're right. They're probably not. But yeah, that's literally all I did.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm really sore from the gym. Actually, I booked everything for my birthday. So it's all final. I'm doing an extravaganza here before I leave, and then I leave for Mexico the day after my birthday.
So women will be getting fucked by 2 dudes that night.
I don't know about all that. Listen, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I mean it happened last year. But like
trains will be ran. Bitches will be fucked.
But
dick will be sucked.
Apollo will be there.
I'm not gonna be there.
He will be there. You guys, you gotta tell Apollo it's straight up rude if he doesn't come to my birthday party. Like I get you don't go to parties, but like yo, just stop by for 5 minutes.
Nah, I don't need to do
Just wait till I cut the cake and then you can leave.
Yo, just Instagram me. Yo, just put me on FaceTime. When you cut
No, it's not the same.
It
You
is the
gotta
same.
be there. Like, nah, that's rude. RUDE, rude.
Well, you know my body, Nina.
And
know
it's
how
in your ends too. Like I got the place in Brampton.
You know my body, Nina. You know I don't do that.
You don't need to do anything. You can just come and hang. You can bring whoever you would like, and you can come and you can just hang out. Ada's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Smarty's gonna be there.
You know my body. I don't do any all the stuff like that.
You don't need to. You can just come and have fun. There's people who come to my party just for the sole purpose of having fun. There's all types of people at my party. All types.
Bitches will be fucked. Dick will be sucked.
Anyways,
trains will be ran.
That's all I did. And yeah, it's not an orgy.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting them know if you're listening to this is what you could get.
No, you're not. Chill. Not everybody who listens is getting invited. I'm inviting the people who are coming.
Yeah, like I'm saying, the people who are listening to this going like, oh, I might get on the invite. I might not be on the invite.
The people who already are going to be invited already know because they already were there last year. So
yeah, so bitches will be fucked. Dick will be sucked and trains will be ran.
No, I don't know about all that. But yeah, how was your week?
My week was chill. I have the same answer every week, Nina.
Yes.
Chill. I haven't done much. What can I say? You know, I should start listing down what I'm doing throughout the week so I could come back with some content.
I feel like you're an old man who just forgets.
Yeah, I just live everything day by day. Yeah, that's about it.
Are you doing anything for Halloween?
So the thing is, I saw some commercials for Party City, and I saw costumes as low as $9.99, but
Okay.
those were for children.
Yes.
And then it brought an idea to my head, and I was like, maybe I should do something for Halloween this year.
Oh, so you'll do something for Halloween, but you're not trying to come to my birthday?
No.
That is some shady ass shit.
What day is Halloween?
Halloween is on a Wednesday, but people are going to be partying on the week. I'm partying on the weekend and on the.
It's on the Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, so I guess I can't come here and record in costume. All right.
Oh, that's what you were trying to do?
Yeah, I was trying to do something.
You know what's funny, actually, is the day on the Tuesday, I was going to ask you to record earlier, too, because I'm trying to go out that night for a Halloween party.
Oh, yeah, we could do that on the Tuesday.
I know we could do that. I just thought I'd tell you now because you were trying to come in a costume. Should I come in a costume?
Yeah.
No, my costume's not appropriate for this office space.
So wear a trench coat over it.
Then that defeats the purpose of the costume.
You're trench woman. All right, so how you want to get into it? Or
yes.
You got any qualms you want to get off quick before you get into the topics here, or
no,
or what? Nothing else? Nothing came to your mind that you just want to. You want to say fuck bitches get money? You don't want to see none of that?
No, Valentine's Day contest. That's it.
All right. Or what do you want to say about that?
Okay, yeah, just quickly. Well, you guys already know. I'm sick and tired of repeating myself.
Okay. You got to put a little bit more spunk in your
This is for all 5 of you who will be entering the contest.
All 5. Don't degrade yourself.
We got to think about how many listeners I'm not degrading myself. I'm thinking about how many listeners we have and then how many of them will actually probably enter the contest.
Well, you don't know the ratio between males and females.
I doubt it. Okay, anyways. So... you have to follow at Educated and Reckless on Instagram. You have to. Otherwise, I will not even consider you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to send this stuff to the page. DM it to us. First and last name, your occupation. So what you do. I don't care where you work. Just tell me what you do. Like if you're like a trap lord or like a nurse.
If you're still selling weed after the 17th, you a bum.
Or, oh yeah, because weed is about to be legal tomorrow. Oh, when this drops. Yeah.
When you listen to this now, weed will be legalized in Canada.
I wish like we smoked. Like we would be so much more excited about this.
Yeah, I'm not excited about
I don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
I just think it's going to be different because I'm thinking back to high school me when I did smoke and having to like hide in sketchy places to smoke and get high, and now it's like you could just do it in the open.
Yeah, you know what? That was part of that's part of the thrill.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to be.
It's the hiding.
Yeah, like that's going to, but that I feel like now it's just going to be so normal. Like that's going to be cool to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, send what you do, your age, where you're from, as in Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto, whatever. Send your best but most realistic picture, so don't make yourself look 6'8" if you're actually 5'1". I'm 5'7.5", so
how does someone make themselves look 6'8" on Instagram?
I don't know. Some people will. Someone will figure it out. I'm tall, so heads up. And what you think I deserve as a Valentine's Day gift. So you guys know me now. You listen to the podcast. So what do you think I deserve?
A life. Give her a life.
Life together forever.
Give her a
loyalty and children. Nah, but that's it. Okay, anyways, I want to get into this topic because I'm very excited for this.
All right, so Nina was going to talk about. I just want to say it before we get into it. I just want to get this joke off before we get serious.
Okay.
So in the words of 50 Cent, aka Kanan, from the show called Power, when Kanan said to Tariq, whatever you hear he did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
All right. And that is how we're going to segue into the topic the city has been talking about. Drum roll, please.
All right.
Do it. Toronto abusers.
Oh, yeah. You put way too much sauce on that. To be honest, if people are listening to this, probably going, these guys are disgusting. Apollo's getting these jokes off.
Okay, if you're foreign and you're listening to this, long story short, Toronto Abusers is an Instagram page that was made to expose people who have either raped or physically or mentally abused anybody. Mm-hmm. Because there have been girls on there who have been accused of like child molestation and shit.
Oh, there's girls on there now?
There's 2 girls I've seen on there now.
Yeah.
One of them was for like child molestation of like and having sex with a 15-year-old and posting it everywhere. And apparently she lies about family members being dead and stuff. And just really fucked up. Then there was another one I read the other day about this girl who she takes like, and mind you guys, like I read every single story because I am appalled at the amount of people I came across in those stories that I actually know.
Damn.
But
Is my face on there?
no, but there's a few people on there that you know, because when I click them, I see that you're following them, and I'm like, oh fuck.
I'm following them?
Not your Apollo for the people page, like you are following
personal?
them. Yes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, they're on there? Like
Yes.
they're being exposed?
Yes. One of them is that a photographer who a lot of people know,
Yeah.
Maximilian, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So okay. So then there's another girl on there, but this one, the girl that I saw, I can't remember what she did. But she like stole money and shit too or something. I don't know.
Am I following her too?
No.
Oh.
But so there's a lot of people on there. I'm kind of appalled at the amount of people I saw on there that I knew. One guy literally spent all day on Snapchat the day after he got posted, like defending his name and stuff. But yeah, so a lot of these stories, they start off with I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but to me, I don't like, this is the way I'm seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these stories are starting off with, not all of them, but a lot of them are starting off with, I met a guy for the first time and I went over to his house, agreed to go over to his house.
Yeah.
Or we met on Tinder and I agreed to go over to his house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A lot of the stories are starting off like that. In my opinion, and then at that point, the girls are saying that they got raped. They're claiming that they got raped, okay?
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you are going over to somebody's house who you haven't even met yet and you're agreeing to go over to his house alone by yourself with the two of you, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think you're going there to play checkers? Like, you were at that point, you've lost common sense and not realizing the fact that obviously he's inviting you over to his house before he even met you because he wants to fuck you. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to go down. I myself don't meet guys for the first time in a private, like, it's always in public, because I'm not trying to fuck the first time I meet them, because that is how guys operate. It's sad that girls have to deal with that and understand that, but that is what happens. For example, if I was to go over to hang out with Apollo, and something like that happened, like, then in that case, because me and Apollo are friends and I'm going to his house to hang out, something like that happens, then okay, yeah. But if I had never met the guy and he's saying, come over to my house the first time we meet, what do you really think is going to go down? You know what I mean? At that point, it's like, you got to start to question where your common sense is when it comes to getting into these situations in the first place. Mm-hmm. There was even like, for example, there was this one rapper, high profile rapper, who hit me up and he always wanted me to come over every single time. And I declined every single time. Why? Because I wasn't trying to fuck. And that's literally all he wanted to do. Hey, come over. Hey, come over. He never explicitly said it, but common sense tells you that if a guy's telling you to meet him at his house for the very first time alone, just you and him, he just wants to fuck. So you're putting yourself in a situation like this. Don't do that. Just common sense. Don't fucking do it. Go meet with him at the movie theaters. Don't even let him pick you up. Go meet him at the movie theaters. Meet him at the mall. Go on your date there. Don't go to his house and sit in his bedroom and then be confused when that happens, you know? Like, yes, it's a shame that that happens, but you also gotta be precautious and think of the ways that that goes down. I also think that, like, I don't know, how do you feel about that? Or do you think I'm just reaching?
No, thank you for saying that. No, I think that what you're saying is very valid. I feel like when we talk about putting yourself in bad situations, I feel like situations like this are often really, really not spoken about in a way where, yeah, if a female puts herself in a position similar, if a person is walking down the street where it's known to be riddled with violence and things like that, the outcome could always be negative, right? Mm-hmm. And we also look at these two type of situations as when a woman gets violated or raped or something like that, it's not her fault. Obviously, it's not her fault, but the situation really has a higher percentage chance of getting violated, right? The same way if a man is walking inside a dangerous neighborhood, the percentage is a lot higher of you getting robbed and violated than if you're walking down just an open suburban street. Yeah. So I look at both of them as equal. I do not think those are false equivalencies. Yeah. But I do see, like, yeah, in situations you gotta be more street smart with the people you're dealing with. Exactly. Because not everyone that wants to be around you is good to be around you, type of thing. Like, I know all your parents told you don't talk to strangers. Exactly. So why are you gonna go over to a stranger's house or get in a car with a stranger for a ride? And like, one of the girls was talking about how she got a ride and then he asked her if he wanted to go to his house. This was the first time they met. Yeah. And then she went to his house and then he tried to fuck her and then she said that she was assaulted. Mm-hmm. And
it's just at that point, it's like, yo, you put yourself in a questionable situation by even getting in the car in the first place. Why didn't you just say like, hey, I'm just here to grab what you were supposed to give me and go? That's it. Like, because he was supposed to give her something he got for her on a discount or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of back in the day. Like, I swear, like, obviously don't talk to strangers, but also the whole cyber interacting with people. It's like, beware who you talk on the internet, who you talk to on the internet, because you don't know what they are trying to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of predators online, and a lot of predators have access to a lot more people because online just gives you that much access. Mm-hmm. So yes, you met someone on Instagram, Twitter, or Tinder and stuff like that. They seem cool, but you don't know what it's like to be around them until you're around them. Yeah. And then when you're actually around them inside a secluded area like their house or their car, then it's like, oh, now you're here in that situation. You're not really well equipped with how to deal with the situation, because for a lot of people, this is the first time they probably being abused. Mm-hmm. So you always want to be mindful of that. For women, you always want to vet people. I mean, people in general. You don't know who wants to do anything to you, but in general, for females, you always want to vet people around you. You always want to do the whole 1 date, 2 date type of thing and get a feel about them.
And exactly. And I know there's going to be girls who are like, well, I don't agree with you because that's not fair, that this is the kind of world we have to live in and blah, blah, blah. But yo, reality check. Unfortunately, it is the fucking world we live in. Yeah. It's not going to change. It's really not. There's been how many years gone by people talking about feminism, this and that. We should not have to worry about this stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but we do. Like, and you got to deal with it at this point and just be smart about it. Don't be going over to meet somebody for the first time in their room at their house. Like, that's common sense tells you not to do that. Another thing that also, obviously people are going to say, again, we're like, we shouldn't have to live like this. But so there was a couple stories up there of like sexual assault and girls saying like,
I don't follow the page. Just want to put that.
Oh yeah. Paul doesn't follow it. I follow it.
I don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah. So there was a couple stories up there of girls like, because a lot of I guess up and coming rappers from the city have been exposed on that page. Jimmy Prime, Lou Val, Ram Riddles, and a few others as well. But those are the 3 that I do remember. And they were posted up there a couple times. So there was one about one of somebody who was in the music scene in the city grabbing a girl's ass or something in the club, or a girl's boobs or something in the club. Okay. And that was put out as sexual assault, obviously. But my thing is, okay, and I've spoken about this with other girls too, who also do agree, is as a woman, when you're going to the club, like as you're walking into the club or as you're leaving the club or whatever, you're just walking through the club, like, somebody's going to grab your ass. It's inevitable. That's what women have to deal with when they go out. It is. I literally had somebody I remember my 19th birthday. I had somebody wind their arm back and slap the fuck out of my ass.
Whoa.
It stunk. Like, it was hard. Like, it was aggressive. Yeah. And I turned around and I looked at him and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, guys think for some reason that's going to make you want to talk to them, but realistically, all I'm doing at that point is walking away. But that is something that women have to deal with at the club. Like, that's a normal thing. Or like guys will come brush up.
Normalize it. No, hold on. Women are listening to this right now. I don't want women to think because my silence is acceptance. Nope. I'm saying no. You're normalizing sexual abuse at the club.
No. Listen, and this is what I'm trying to say. Listen, because all those memes of girls and like, oh, guys will come up behind you and grab you by the waist, saying, "Oh, sorry, I was trying to walk by," like whatever. Yeah. That shit happens. Okay, it's unfortunate,
Does that
but
work, though?
Pardon?
Does that work?
I don't know if it works, but that shit happens. Like, as a woman, it's inevitable when you go out. That's happening. Okay, so. I think, like, some of these stories about in the club and so grabbed my ass, like, nothing else happened after that. It was just an ass grab, whatever. At that point, because of the page's reputation and the fact that it's, like, mostly, like, because there's different levels to sexual assault. There's ass grabbing, there's sticking a finger up someone's vagina, there's, like, and as I'm saying these are going obviously higher and higher. Then there's, like, straight up rape and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's, agree or disagree, there's levels to sexual assault.
I mean,
like, you can't put somebody who raped somebody versus somebody who grabbed someone's ass into the same, like, throw them under the same jail sentence.
I think Well, the severity.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the word.
I think it's
I'm
all
looking
the same charge, though. I think in Canada it's all the same charge.
No, but I'm asking. I'm not asking. Like, I'm asking you. Is there a difference? Do you feel like there's a difference between somebody who rapes someone and someone who grabs someone's ass?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's my point. So a lot of these, like a lot of the stories about the ass grabbing in the club and whatever, and because the page is so high profile on men who physically abuse and beat the fuck out of women or rape women and stuff, throwing these men under who grabbed your ass in the club, it's almost like it's tarnishing their name over an ass grab. You know what I mean?
As we all grew up knowing, keep your hands to yourself.
Yes, definitely. But as a woman who has experienced the club since I was fucking 15 years old, I know that that's inevitable. It's happening.
But it doesn't mean it's right.
It's like racism. It doesn't mean it's right. But I just think tarnishing someone's complete name over an ass grab in the club is a little bit excessive. Mind you, who knows? Like, something else could have happened. Maybe the person's just not ready to talk about it, and this is all they're ready to get off their chest for now. Fine. Great.
This also stems back. Hey, baby girl. If you want to expose someone, that's still not going to fix things. Right? Like I say all the time when we talk about abuse and domestic violence or any type of stuff. Little baby, you gonna have to find closure from within. Regardless if that person dies, gets sentenced, if you shame them publicly on a page like this, you still have to find closure from within. And at the end of it, I'm gonna ask you, did you find closure from within? And if you say no, but he's out there and people are protected now, yeah, but still you need to prioritize your closure from within so you're able to move on stronger than you were before. Mm-hmm. That's all I gotta say. And
then, obviously with that, it comes down to then the next question that people are asking on the page is, like, how do we know these accusations are real? Person running the page says they have videos and pictures and shit like that. Like, they have evidence. Obviously not everybody knows that, but then after I saw that, they were posting an apology to somebody that I knew that was posted up there. I didn't even know the person was posted up there because apparently they were posted on the first day that the page came out and I didn't follow it then. But they were posting an apology to that person because they found out it was a false accusation. So then it comes down to, like, unfortunately there's women out there who vow to tarnish someone's name because they hurt their feelings. I don't know. Like,
see, the thing is, people, there's vindictive people out there that want to do something like foul as that. It's like, yeah, just put them out there just to tarnish your name. And I always gotta say, it's like, yo, you gotta be aware what type of, like, fellas, you gotta be aware what type of these bitches you trying to fuck. Like, these girls, you can't smash all of them because some of them are just fucking scum. Yeah. You just gotta be aware, like, you just, if you look at yourself as a man doesn't waste time with fucking scum. I'm not saying all women are scum. I'm just saying you don't want to waste women. You want waste your time with the underside of the society.
And there was also, like, something else on the page that stood out to me. This is, like, the last thing that stood out to me was there was a story about that photographer. Mind you, I know that photographer did that shit because there was a bunch of stories. Yeah. His name was, like, Maximilian Photos or whatever.
It's all alleged. The thing is, I legit know him.
No, but he ratted himself out. I'll tell you how. Okay. So there was a bunch of stories about him, like, slipping his fingers in girls' asses or vaginas and, like, eating them out and stuff, whatever, right? Asking to oil them up, and then he does that. Okay. Then he goes on Instagram Live, and me and my friends were watching it.
I must have missed that, Graham.
Yeah, and he's talking about, I know the girl who made the accusation, but mind you, at this point, there's like 4 of them. I know the girl who made the accusation, and it's not true. And I remember when she came back and she was smiling at me like everything was all normal. Bro, how do you know who made the accusation if there was so many of them? Obviously, you did that shit if you're claiming you know who made the accusation. Like, let's be real at this point. He ratted himself out. So that to me was crazy. But there was one story, I think it was yesterday, that was posted, and the girl, she just sounded like she was just trying to add fuel to the fire. Mind you, like, girl, if you, like, that sucks that it happened, but she was like, the way she worded it just made it sound so like it didn't even faze her, because she's like, oh, he tried to slip a finger in my ass, and I was like, no. And then he started eating me out, and I was like, sure. And then I got my head and I left, and I didn't pay for the photo shoot. And I'm like, why did you say it like that? Like, yeah, I got my head and left. Cool.
But what I know about Max is for the past, like, 2 years, he had a girlfriend. From
Yeah,
what I
well,
remember,
apparently
like,
he's been doing this shit like from beforehand. Somebody said when he got his girlfriend, I think like he toned down or something. Then someone else said that his girlfriend was in on it or something like that. I don't fucking know, but there was a lot of accusations about him. Like I'm talking like we're in the 10s and 15s now.
I did an interview with him back in 2014.
God damn,
He was a cool
you
person.
know him.
Yeah, like I had a cool conversation. Like even to this day, like there might be a one off time where I might DM about or just comment on some. I be liking all his pictures though.
Yeah,
but the thing
he
is,
want to stop.
Not stop it.
He said he's on a hiatus till December because of all this fuckery.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he posted on his page.
Oh,
So
for
he's
real?
not taking any more work until December to focus on himself. Does that mean he did that shit? Like you said.
No.
He did that shit. Bro, he ratted himself out. I was pissing myself. I'm like, how do you know exactly who it was then?
Yeah.
You obviously did it. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, my whole issue with this was a lot of the girls coming forward with the whole, yeah, I'm meeting a guy for the first time. I'm going over to his house and hanging out in his bedroom. No, common sense tells you right then and there, meet him. It's different. Yes, I understand if it's a friend of yours that you've known for years and all, like he asks you, hey, you want to come over and hang out? You go over and hang out and then something happens. Fine, I get that because you're going over there as a friend. You're not thinking that you guys are anything romantic. Mm-hmm. That's like, that would be like me coming over to your house and something happening. Like, you know what I mean?
I like most sexual assaults done by people that they know.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah,
too.
most sexual assaults are done by people that you know.
Yeah,
and
so like
the whole, I guess this right here is bringing about the whole stigma of that. Oh, you get raped by the stranger that you never know in the alleyway.
Yeah,
which in hindsight is not really true. You usually get raped by people
that you know. Yeah,
you get a sexual assault by people that you know.
Yeah.
So all these guys, I'm not gonna say these are one-offs, but these situations where these women meet guys and they assault them first day, it could be debatable. It could be debatable, but I don't know the truth, right?
Yeah.
I'm only objective right now, so.
And you're not a girl, so you can't really speak on that.
Yeah, so I've never been in a situation where myself is like I pull up to a chick and go like, "Yo, what you saying?" Like, I'm the type of chick. Not the type of chick, but I've done things where.
I'm scared.
Where I've done things where, I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
I've never abused a chick before.
Yeah.
Like try to like force her out of some sex or anything. But I had kicked out a few chicks out of my house for not having sex.
That's fine. It's better than forcing them to do it.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like, I feel like a lot of girls need to learn. Like, guys are assholes like that. That is all they want.
I'm not proud of that.
Was that your first time meeting those girls?
No.
You knew them from before.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, you didn't force them into anything. So I don't. Yeah, cool. Their feelings are hurt and they're mad about it. But hey.
I'm not proud of that.
Welcome to Toronto. Welcome to men of the world. That's what it is. Like, that's literally when it's like 9 times out of 10, the dude is talking to you because he's trying to fuck. It's not to be your friend. It's not to wife you. No. He's just trying to fuck.
I just gotta make sure I'm not proud of. Like,
yes, you're not.
That was the old me.
Yes, no, you're not proud of that. I know that's old you because you don't seem like anything like that now. But yeah, I guess my whole point of this is, ladies, you're gonna complain to me, I know, and you're gonna say, well, it's not fair, women shouldn't have to live like. It's the fucking world we live in. I'm sorry, just use your common sense. Don't meet a guy for the first time in a private space, especially someone you met off of Tinder or something, and put yourself in this sticky situation. I understand if it's one of your peoples that you've known for a while and you're genuinely just friends with, and there's no romance, and something like that goes down because he asks you to come and hang out, and then something like that goes down. Yeah, that really does suck. And that is a shitty situation because you don't see that one coming. But to put yourself in it when you never met him, like, come on. I told you I curved a high-profile rapper because I knew that's what was going to go down. So if I could do it, you can do it, okay?
Little baby, is you fucking or not? But I think, look, to wrap this up and put a bow tie on it, I say that, am I a fan of the page? No. Am I a fan of women getting the views? No. But what it's really doing is it's creating a divide amongst people, with people inside the GTA.
Yes.
You see someone's on there, now you have a negative perception on them. Even if they did it or not, now they can't really shake it. It's like a witch hunt. I call it like from the 1700s or 1600s, where if someone would say, hey, you're a witch, and everyone automatically, it's tribalism at worst. No one has an objective viewpoint. It's like, all right, so if he did it, what did he do? What type of questions we should all be really asking?
Yeah.
Instead of just going to, you know what, fuck it, whatever she said he did that shit, guilty as fuck. That's what people are doing. Which I can't really condone.
And it's true. I can admit to that because the people that I know that are on there, I literally, like, I'm thinking so differently of them now. Yeah. But it's like, do we even know that really happened? I don't know.
Exactly, right?
So.
Yeah. I mean, hey, like I told Ada, and I'm going to tell you this, probably anyone that's listening, in like 20 years, no one's going to remember this shit.
Yeah, no.
And that's a sad thing. If you really, it's like, this is only like instant gratification of like shame.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, right now, they get it. If they don't really do anything else for the rest of their life, like by the time they have kids and shit, no one's gonna remember this shit. So a lot of people are advocating, take the information to the police, or if it was really done, you would take it to the police. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how people go about it. Some people just want to voice their concerns and voice their thing about it, and then that's how they get closure.
Yeah.
Other people might just go like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's how I feel. I didn't feel like I went in and someone's gonna get mad.
Nah, man, you spoke on what you gotta speak on.
It is what it is.
All right, so I guess in that same type of information or same type of topic, we should talk about this Emily B's dad willing to testify on behalf of Fabulous because that's his people's now.
So can I clarify? So testifying, so her dad, so mind you guys, Fabulous, he punched out like her teeth and stuff. Like,
hold on, before we go any further. All right, so Nina and I, before we started the podcast, we had a mock podcast and we spoke on this Fabulous thing.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We spoke on Black China. We spoke on Fabulous. We spoke on Tekashi and all of that stuff in our mock. This is a mock podcast
to see if we really meshed.
Yeah, so we never put this out, but it's kind of crazy. This is coming full circle. Yeah. So let's talk about it. Yeah, because I said some wild shit that time.
I don't remember.
All right, don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah. So Fabulous, he punched out some of her teeth. Like, he beat her up, essentially. He beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah, give it a ground and pound.
Yeah. So, but now all of a sudden, if the case goes to trial, Emily B's dad is willing to testify for Fabulous. So that means he's willing to basically take the stand and say Fab didn't do it. Is that what that means?
Testify means like you'd be able to corroborate whatever corroborate with Fabulous innocence. Yeah. So he probably said like, yeah, you know what? We usually have like heated arguments like that all the time. Yeah. It was never really physical.
So why is he doing this? Hey, this guy beat his daughter. Allegedly. Bro, my dad would murder somebody who did that to me.
I thought she wasn't pressing charges. I swear I seen
she wasn't, but now apparently the case might go to trial. I don't know how that came to be.
I guess the state
picked it up. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. So I just don't understand why her dad is willing to do this. Because my dad has literally told me he will murder anybody who does some fuck shit to me. So why is he doing this? I don't get it.
Family close.
I don't get it. Like, somebody said to me, like, he just obviously wants his daughter away from her, but why would testifying for him help that case? It doesn't. No?
Like I said, you gotta keep the family close. Because the thing is, think about it like this. Where is that saying? What's that saying I used to hear a lot of time? What happens inside the home can be fixed inside the home if no one knows. Or how do I say it? What happens inside the home can be fixed inside the home. But once what happens inside the home leaves the home, then the problem will never be solved.
Okay.
So the fact that, yes, the video came out publicly that he was arguing with her pops. Yeah. If that video never came out, we would never know anything. And shit would probably be cool. Yeah. Like I'm saying, the shit that happens inside the home, that if you keep it inside the home, the shit will fix itself. And that's why they're able to move forward. And that's why you saw pictures of Fabulous and his kids and his baby mother traveling and having all types of smile faces and shit like that, because they probably were past that incident already. And this is just public perception and media pressure that's going on to strain the relationship, going at, yo, we've been off this for a while. Like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And that's why I guess that's why they're quiet about it. Yeah. And so when the father said, I'll testify, he probably go like, yeah, this is an old issue. We've gotten past it. We forgive each other. And we want to, and this incident made us stronger as a family. That's why we don't want the father, Fabulous, to go to prison because he's going to be away from his children and his mother, all that type of stuff.
I can see that, but then I think
he's the breadwinner as well. You got to remember that.
Yes, I can see that, but I also think that there's a certain point in time where you got to stand for something. Like, this kind of, to me, relates to a conversation I've actually asked my parents this.
Yeah.
I asked my mom, I was like, oh, what would you do, like, if dad cheated on you? Like, would you stay with him? And my parents have been married for 25 years?
Yeah, they're staying.
Yeah. Well, no, so I asked her separately. I said, Mom, what would you do if dad cheated on you? I love to shit disturb with my parents. And she's like, I don't know. She's like, I would be really upset. I was like, would you stay with him? And she's like, she thought about it and she's like, yeah, I would. And I was like, why? She's like, for you guys. Then I asked my dad separately. And I said, Dad, what would you do if mom cheated on you? He's like, oh my God. I was like, would you stay with her? And he's like, hell no. And she looks at him because she heard his reaction. And she's, I'm like, Mom said she would stay with you. And to me, I wouldn't stay with the person. You know why?
Why?
If anything like this, beating or anything, cheating, nothing like that. First of all, you fucked me up. Second of all, you fucked the kids up because they find out this shit.
Yeah.
Third of all, I feel like it's almost telling your kids that that's okay and that happens and you got to work it out. To me, there's a fine line between certain things that you let slide in a marriage or in a family and stuff before it comes to you having to stand for something and, really show your kids that, yo, this isn't okay. The way that I was treated, I definitely don't want that to happen to you. I get the fact of the matter of wanting to stay together for kids and to have a family and stuff, but sometimes when it becomes so toxic that obviously it's kind of just, I feel like it's showing the kids that, and I can't say that from experience. I've never, like, my parents have a great relationship and stuff, and I guess that's why I look up to wanting to have this big family and stuff and like finding the love of my life and stuff. But there's probably kids out there whose parents have cheated on each other. I actually know somebody whose parents cheated on each other, and he's like, yeah, like, they just fight all the time, but like they work it out and stuff. And like,
yeah,
to him, that's an image of a normal family.
To be honest, cheating is not big enough to break up a relationship, especially a marriage where you guys said the vows of within sickness and health, within better or within worse, richer and poor.
Where does cheating fall under?
Where is cheating?
Yeah.
Cheating is the worst.
Okay.
It's the worst part.
That's selfish, not the worst part.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part of marriage.
Okay.
But like, that's why when you take vows,
But cheating doesn't come with marriage, so it shouldn't be considered as the worst part.
No, cheating, it doesn't come with marriage. A lot of things don't come with marriage. What come with marriage is a commitment to stay together and work things out.
And arguing and kids and good times and...
No, argument is...
Arguing comes with marriage.
No, the test of marriage, right?
Yes.
Is to withstand everything that comes to your unity and be able to withstand it and not let it break up your union.
Okay.
That's what marriage is for. It's like to show that you strongly committed to being with that person for the rest of your life, through thick and thin, through better and for worse, through happy and sad, rich and poor. And that's the bond of the union. So when cheating happens, you go like, nah, this is if you're willing to work it out and I'm willing to understand and forgive you, then we could get stronger than this. All right. And if something else comes, some other shit like cancer and shit like that, you got to work past it.
Those are two completely different things.
Irreversible incidents. Shit, you can't take back cancer and you can't take back cheating. So I'm just saying that's what marriage is about, right? And these guys are not married. Let's make this clear. That's
yes,
it.
Yeah. They're not married, but they have what, 3 kids?
I don't know.
I think they have 3.
You have 3 kids?
Yeah.
You have 3 kids. You got money.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're trying to say. Mm-hmm. But to me, it just doesn't make sense because cheating and cancer are obviously 2 different things. If you're staying with your partner because they're sick, obviously that's going to show your kids that, yeah, obviously if the person's sick, I can't just leave them because they're at their lowest point and I'm at my highest. But if the person's cheating on you and disrespecting you, and it's not even like cheating is disrespecting you, it's disrespecting the kids and the family as well. Mm-hmm. Because that's showing them that, hey, your mother was not good enough or your father was not good enough. So I went and cheated and fulfilled a void that I wasn't getting from him instead of communicating it to him or her.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just, I feel like showing your kids like that's okay. I don't know.
Cheating is never the answer.
I think when you have kids as old, like if you have young kids and you stay together, it might be a little bit different. But if you have kids, let's say our age, like in their 20s or 18s or 15s, even at an age where they're going to understand it and know what's going on, I don't know. Just don't be complicated. Just don't cheat.
Oh
Please.
well, the bigger issue is just don't abuse your people.
Yeah, just
That's the
don't
bigger
do
issue.
nothing stupid. Please, just get married if you love the person,
Yeah.
and don't do nothing stupid.
All right, so Nina, all right, do you want to get into this Kanye stuff, or do you want to get into this knock off all these little stuff like the Quavos and the Little Peeps and the parent child hotlines and the Quavos and the Nicki shit?
Quavo Little Peep, I feel like is not really important anymore because he said he didn't mean he said it wasn't for him.
Well, let's say all right. So
okay.
Quavo had a song called Big Brother where he kind of the lyrics seem to apply to Little people like Fat Nick and this other guy who looks like a school shooter. It was like, hey, Quavo, speak on that. What are you doing? What it is? Because Peep, they said Peep labeled himself a rock star, which in actuality, I believe he called himself a pop star. But hey, I don't know anything, right? I believe he called himself a pop star. Mm-hmm. And so they went to the internet and then...
Wait, so Quavo's line was basically along the lines of, you thought you were cool and shit and you did Xans and died.
Yeah.
Or was it... No.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
And Little Peep died with fentanyl.
Overdose.
Well, lace. His shit was laced with fentanyl. He didn't take that shit willingly.
Yeah. And then he died on a tour bus.
Oh, yeah. That video was crazy. You see the video?
No.
That shit was crazy. So a few days went by. Quavo didn't respond. People wanted answers, and they're just assuming that he was taking shots at Little Peep. Yesterday, I believe Quavo addressed everything with a tweet saying that I'm not aiming at something. I would never talk about the dead like that. I lost a friend, a barber of 10 years for fentanyl overdose. He said R.I.P. Peep, R.I.P. XXX.
R.I.P. his barber.
R.I.P. his barber. And that's what, but did you see what Offset had mentioned under one of the school shooters
no.
thing? He was like, what'd he say? He said, what are you going to do when you see us? and dude hits him with, DM me. I was like, damn, yo, you're gonna Offset wants all the smoke.
Yeah,
Is that dude about to hit 3 strikes?
Yeah.
Yo, dude don't even give a fuck.
Care. Maybe that's why. Maybe he knows he's about to get it, so he doesn't care anymore.
He was like, fuck it. If I'm doing life, I'm giving it to everybody.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Drake opening up to Kanye?
Yeah.
All right, so Drake opened up about Kanye.
Yeah.
He said he went on a whole spiel
Yep.
about how Kanye invited him to Wyoming. Kanye asked him to open up because he really wanted to work with him. Drake opened up.
Gave him the dates of Scorpion, told him about his son, talked to him about... There was something else, but yeah, this was all on HBO The Shop with LeBron.
Yeah, this shit was... Drake just opened up, poured the floodgates about his whole ordeal with Kanye. Mm-hmm. He saw the Scoobity Poop Poop song. He was like, all right, then I see what's going on.
That's the song that's called Lift Yourself?
Yeah.
See, all this time I was trying to figure it out. I didn't know that Lift Yourself was that song.
Yeah,
when you say it like then that makes it more recognizable to me. I only heard it once and it's trash.
Scoobity Poop Poop.
Yeah.
And then
maybe that's why Kanye, it was so shit because Kanye was in such a rush to drop it before Drake.
For Drake did? It's like, all right, fuck it. Let me just put out some Scoobity
It
Poop Poop.
makes sense now.
And then Drake saw that. He was like, peep it. I'm distancing myself. And he said like he was there helping with the whole songs and shit. Mm-hmm. And then Pusha T drops
Infrared,
which is like a bar about Drake. And then Drake was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I helped you write some of this shit.
I was helping over there, helping you guys writing shit. Mm-hmm. And you guys gonna let this slide and you gonna let this disrespect happen to me? And so Drake drops a whole diss record, which mostly about Kanye. Mostly about Kanye because he just didn't like how the whole Snake His Ways. He didn't like how the fact that
it was shady.
I was over there helping you do the same thing that your man's is dissing me for, and blah blah blah. And then Pusha T responds, "Oh, why am I even recanting everything? All right, fuck it." And Drake feels betrayed about Kanye. That's the whole. That's the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And do you feel like it's fair?
Yeah. I think it's fair that Drake feels like he's betrayed of it. I would like to hear Kanye's side of it, but not right now because I feel like Kanye is not all there right now. But I think that's a very snake move to do. If I opened up to you and told you all these things about me in private, and then all of a sudden you come on the podcast and you're out there blasting it all, like I'd be pissed. So I think that's very fucked up. He'd also mentioned, I don't know, like what are your thoughts on it?
If it's true, then yep, Kanye is a manipulator, a snake, a betrayer of such.
Yeah.
But one thing is, I feel like there's something that a lot of the media is avoiding, which is a video of the woman that is friends with Drake's baby mother, claiming to had given Pusha T the information.
Why'd you say it like Steve Harvey? Pusher T.
Pusha, what I said Pusha T?
Yes, you did.
I'm a hella washed,
Just like Steve Harvey.
Pusha T gave Pusha T the information about the whole Drake having a baby, and things like that. And
see, my question is, and this is for like all the girls listening, is okay, your best friend is having a baby from Drake.
yeah,
Why are you getting involved in the middle and telling Pusha T all the details? What is your purpose?
ride or die, bitch. It's ride or die.
No, listen, this reminds me of the episode of Insecure when Molly turned away Nathan when he came to talk to Issa, and she turned him away. That is not your place. As a best friend, I understand you think you're trying to stop my feelings from being hurt, but if I'm looking for closure in something, that's not your place. Also, in this case of this whole pregnancy thing, again, that's not your place. What if, I bet you Drake's baby mama didn't even want people to know she was having Drake's kid because she was probably embarrassed at first because he left her.
Well, so, Drake was probably more embarrassed.
Yes, but this girl, she was probably pissed as fuck at her best friend for doing that. So I genuinely don't see, like, I always wonder when girls are always in this mix up, I genuinely wonder, like, what purpose does it serve you as a best friend? Why do you feel good getting involved in your best friend's relationships to the point where you're like, you're fucking shit up. Like, what is the purpose? I don't understand. It's different if it's you saw my boyfriend cheating on me and you're telling me, that's different. But if you're sending someone away when I'm supposed to talk to them because you think it's bad for me, no, you don't get to judge on what's good and what's bad for me. I get to do that. Okay? So I just think that her telling Pusha T's friend or whoever all this shit is fucked up because, again, it's not her baby. It's that lady's baby. So why, like, no, it's not okay.
And all fair in love and war.
No, as a best friend, where the fuck are you in love and war? You're not in there.
Hey, man, if girl would probably like, yo, my main bitch is down. I gotta get up.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
no,
she had no food in her mouth and all of that.
No, I know for a fact my best friend would never do none of that shit.
Well, they haven't been under extreme pressure.
No, she's been around when dudes have fucked me over, and she's never done no crazy ass shit like that.
Have they Drake style fucked you over?
No, because I'm not getting pregnant right now.
Oh, you say that now until you get pregnant, and it's like,
I'm not getting right now. I'm talking about I'm gonna get pregnant in like 3-4 years.
All right, you say that now until you get pregnant, and it's like, shit.
Knock on wood, please.
I ain't knocking on wood. That's great content.
Yeah, then we gotta put the podcast on hiatus because I'm raising a baby. Knock on the fucking wood.
Nah, man, you could help the baby with you can help the baby and have a podcast.
No,
it takes 9 months to go to term, anyways.
Yeah, but you gotta stop working at like a month or two beforehand.
Oh, hold on. All right, so before we leave this topic, Drake said that the straw for him was when Pusha T talked about 40's MS.
Yes.
Out of everything, is that the straw, Nina?
Well, I get what because he said it was a straw because he's picking on people who can't defend themselves. For example, people with illnesses. He said some other just like
he's
examples.
Like 40. Sick.
Yeah, so he said that the fact that you're picking on someone who has an illness that they can't fix, that's fucked up. And that is fucked up.
Yeah, I think because
what did he? Nowadays. But he didn't say anything. Like, what did Pusha say about Adonis? Did he say anything, or he just revealed that he had a son?
Drake, you are hiding a son.
Yeah. So that's it. That's not a shot at your son or anything. But the fact that you're saying 40's time is almost up and he's dying because he's sick, and he actually could die because of this disease, that is bad. That is really bad.
How is that bad? I'm telling you the truth of the outcome.
But now that's you maliciously coming out and saying you're hiding a son. Cool, you exposed my secret. Yeah. But you saying, your friend's time is almost up. He's gonna die. Ha ha ha. Like in this little evil voice.
Well, he didn't say ha ha ha.
No, but the way he said it was in an evil voice when he was all the sick. Like, yo. Come on, now you're coming for my people maliciously, and somebody who I love and hold dearly to my heart and who's going to die. Nah, like that's not okay,
bro. I think people are mad pussy nowadays, man. That's the straw. That's the straw.
Well,
bro, you got after my mom. You went after my kid. You said I'm hiding the kid. You went after my integrity as a man and my man's who been had MS for as long as I can remember. That's the straw that broke the camel's back.
People are sensitive nowadays.
Fuck it. No, I'm mad. You can't get up my man's 40 like that. I mean, I'll respect the 40, but I think if if I have MS and if I have MS and I know and I know that I will die, and someone says, "Yo, you have MS, you gonna die." It's like, damn, motherfucker! You're telling me something I already know.
What if maybe Drake and 40 haven't come to terms with the fact that he's gonna die? Maybe they're just living life every day and crossing that bridge when they get there. So maybe this was something.
No, what the fuck is that? So nasty was touching me, man.
So maybe like they haven't come to the realization that this is really gonna happen, and so they've just like let it be. Like they this to them really triggered them. That's what I think about it.
Okay, maybe.
Right.
All right, so
wait, I had one more thing to make about this. Remember how in an episode we talked about whether or not Drake is like down with the shit, like whether he's like actually has like mob ties and stuff like that. Okay. You know, in the interview he said that Pusha will get what's coming to him.
Yeah.
Do you think like he actually has like a Russ style setup? Like he's gonna set up a Russ style setup, and when I say Russ style setup, you guys, I mean how Russ has been hiring hitmen to go beat up people who've been talking shit about him.
If it's true, you better call Drake mad pussy.
I will.
All right.
But do you think that he would do something like that and give Pusha what's coming to him? Do you think that's what he meant by he's gonna get punched in the fucking face? Because Drake literally said that word for word. Do you think that Drake will do this Russ style?
If he does that, then I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think Drake really has the vengeance in his body to even go that far to try to hire someone to try to fuck up Pusha T. I think it's one of those things that he's upset about it, but I don't think he's that upset about it. Mm-hmm. Like, no one lost blood over this. Like, why would Drake want to start something over it? He's mostly saying karma. He's basically like, karma's going to handle it. That's what he's saying in a more aggressive tone. Okay. I don't think he's going to do anything about it. Right. Not to say that Drake's pussy. I'm just saying, why would he do anything? Like, my man has MS. You say you're going to die and shit like that. All right, cool. Yeah, eventually, whatever's close to you, someone's going to target that. And then if that be in the form of punch in the face or something happens where it kind of punches you in the gut emotionally, then that's your karma.
All right. That's all I have to say.
All right. You want to talk about this white woman versus black woman?
Yes.
So this white woman named Lana Del Rey versus Azalea Banks. So Lana Del Rey is on some like, yo, fuck Kanye West type shit. And
okay, Lana Del Rey commented under Kanye's picture, basically saying to him, you know, that he... Hang on, I have it right here. So she said, Trump becoming our president was a loss for the country. Your support for him is a loss of the culture. And she just basically assumes that he has similar qualities that Trump has.
What culture is she talking about? She ain't hip hop.
Yeah.
She's not even black culture. Well, what the fuck culture is she talking about? So,
you know, and then she goes into you're supporting someone who thinks it's okay to grab a woman by the pussy. You need an intervention as much as he does, because you're a narcissist just like him.
What's wrong with being a narcissist?
Okay, so Azealia responds, and she's basically telling Lana to stay in her lane, because she's a white woman, and only black people should be worried about Kanye. They should be the only ones who are putting him in check.
Yeah.
Lana responds
when she mentioned culture.
Yes. Lana responds talking about, you know, you could have been the greatest rapper alive. You blew it. Don't take it out on the only person who had your back because they were friends before. I won't not fuck you the fuck up, period. You know the address. Pull up anytime. Say it to my face. But if I were you, I wouldn't.
I don't think Lana. I see her. I saw pictures of her. I don't think she's moving around with smoke like that.
I don't know. Sometimes it's the innocent ones.
I mean, I look at her and like, I don't think she got the smoke. Like, where's she from? Let me Google it. Where's she from? Is she from Detroit?
I don't know. But, like, in this case, do you think Azealia is wrong? Is Kanye only black people's business? Or black people the only people who are supposed to be offended by Kanye's actions?
I think when in terms of racism, in terms of... Yeah, I think black people should be concerned.
But only black people?
Yeah.
But so let me tell you this now.
Because only black people are the only ones that are banding together in tribal-like nature.
Yes, but okay, so Kanye supporting Trump is also Kanye. Then, if we're going off of what Azealia is saying, in supporting all of him. Kanye supporting Trump is also Kanye supporting him deporting Latinos and banning Muslims and stuff. So those people don't have a right to be upset at Kanye.
Oh, she's 33. What are you talking about?
You need me to repeat myself.
Oh, no. Are you talking about?
So no, okay. So I'm saying because Lana said
she's from Los Angeles. So
okay, so Lana said that
she probably pack a bitch out.
Okay, so Lana said that she like she thinks that fuck. I lost my train of thought. Great. That was a great
because
thing
you think because,
no, okay, so I'm saying basically because Trump, she says that she thinks Kanye supporting Trump is him supporting everything he stands for.
Okay, so if I have a gay best friend, does that make me I'm gay too?
No, listen.
No,
so Lana, no, wait, I'm not done. So she said that, and Azealia is saying she should mind her own business because nothing Trump does isn't offending her, and only black people should be worried about the fact that Kanye supports Trump. But Kanye supporting Trump then also goes to show Kanye supporting deporting Latinos all over the states, which we've seen, tearing apart families, banning Muslims. So are you telling me that Latinos and Muslims don't have a right to be upset with Kanye either? Because he's supporting Trump?
No.
But black people are mad at Kanye because he's supporting Trump.
Black people,
because Trump doesn't like black people.
I'll get into that later. But no. If my friend gangbangs and I don't gangbang, does that mean I'm supporting gangbang culture? No, Nina.
So how do you know Kanye doesn't?
Stop. Hold on. Let me just say, if my gay best friend is super gay and he does all the LGBTQ shit in the rallies, does that necessarily mean I support all that he's doing?
No, but I'm going off of Lana's point.
But I'm giving you, what she's saying. She's putting a whole bunch of nice words together. What she's doing is identity politics.
Okay.
You ever heard of that before?
No.
Identity politics is when you're part of this particular group and you're supposed to act this particular way. But the minute you talk to someone else who is a part of a different particular group and they're supposed to act that particular way, then you're inherently supporting all that particular group comes with. It's like an argument scheme. I forget it is an ad hominem.
Okay.
Where someone is trying to argue a point, and instead of arguing that point, you say, "Oh, he's racist." So it changes the narrative and the perception of other people who are listening, and add on him. I think that's what it is.
I feel like you're not getting my point.
I get your point. I get your point.
Okay.
I get your point. Hold on. No, that's not even the point. I get what you tried to frame. I get what you're trying to frame, but I'm telling you, what my rebuttal is to you for you trying to frame it like that is it has no fucking merit.
Okay, so
has no merit whatsoever.
My thought is, I do personally feel like she only brought this up and finally came out and said something about Kanye's support for Trump because of the treatment of women, because that's the only way that she's affected by Trump's actions. She's not a minority or anything, and that was her main point. You think it's okay to support someone who grabs women by the pussy, whatever. She didn't say anything about Trump's racism at all, and then all of a sudden she turned it into "you disappointed the culture," which she's not a part of.
What culture is talking about?
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. So which she isn't a part of. So in that sense, yeah. I don't think there was much, like, it was kind of a selfish way that she came at him. Yeah. However, I don't feel black people are the only people who should be upset with Kanye supporting Trump, because if we're going off of what Lana said and the fact that he's supporting everything Trump stands for, I'm not happy with anyone who supports Trump, because Trump support not just Kanye, anybody in general who supports Trump, because of the fact that, one, you're supporting sending back Latinos, deporting them, banning Muslims, not liking black people, just doing all this racist shit and you know, treating women like shit and stuff like that. I think that, to me, like, yes, black people have more of a right to be more upset with Kanye. Sure, I agree with that 100%. However, I don't think it's only black people who should be upset with Kanye. If you were a fan of Kanye and you are Muslim, you should be upset with Kanye too, because Kanye's supporting a Muslim ban. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to come across with.
Well, you're, like I said, that's an ad hominem is where you try to say, because Kanye hasn't said anything to really make you feel like, all right, so he says he likes Trump. He likes Trump. If I like, there's a lot of people I like, but I just don't like certain things about them. Does not necessarily mean I don't like them. I
was going to make a joke about it.
Yeah, it's like, if I imagine if I had a girlfriend, but I don't like the fact that she snores. Am I going to break up with her? No. If you don't like the fact that my girlfriend snores, does that mean I'm going to distance myself from her? No. But there's certain no one is perfect to a T. And all politicians have a flaw in them. And all politicians before Trump would lie, cheat, and steal their way to where they are right now. And so a lot of politicians are for a lot of the deportations of illegal Mexicans. In America, they've been shitting on the whole Muslim shit since 9/11.
Yeah.
So what the
I know that because my people were affected.
Yeah, so the thing is, are you mad at Trump? Are you mad at Trump because he's just the figurehead you're able to point at?
No, but the thing is, nobody implemented a Muslim ban until Trump came along. That's the thing that really fucked people up. And it wasn't just affecting Muslim, it's affecting Indian people like me, even though I'm not Muslim, because my name sounds some sort of brown to the point where it's like, okay, she could be a terrorist.
So someone inflicting the Muslim ban is worse than someone saying, yo, just discreetly, fuck up all these people for the next 10 years.
No, but the thing is, like, he was very, like, explicit when it's being done discreetly. Yeah. It's not being done discreetly. It's not being implemented as heavily as it is. Let me tell you this. When I was going to the airport before Trump was in office, I was getting my hand swiped for bombs. I was always getting random security checked and this and that and whatever, simply because of my full name.
I feel sorry.
Okay? So that's, to me, like, that's whatever. That's a normal thing when it comes to brown people going to the airport. Any kind of brown. I'm talking Muslim, Indian, anything. You're brown, your name is brown, and it's long. Good luck at the airport. Seriously, good luck. But the thing is with that, it's like, when all of a sudden Trump comes in, then you start hearing about people. I haven't been affected by this, and I hope to not be, but you hear about people getting turned away at the border who aren't even Muslim just because their name is some sort of brown. You could be from one of those Muslim countries and be Christian and still get turned away at the border because your name is brown and you're from that country. You know what I mean?
That's persecution. People of Islam are going to have to face until they're able to turn it around. And it's in specific countries that are heavily focused on Islamic faith. So that's some shit. But even after the ban, there's some countries that are allowed in.
What do you mean?
Like Saudi Arabia could go to America because they have.
But that was one country that wasn't on the list. He had like two of them that weren't on the list.
And then look at it, and then because you know what, they deal. Money speaks, people.
Yeah,
money
exactly.
speaks.
That's what it was, because he had business over there. And stuff.
If you have business with him, fuck it.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that.
I think
everyone has the right to be upset with Kanye.
I don't actually no. No one should be upset with Kanye unless he says something upsetting. Just because.
So you're not upset with him for saying slavery was a choice.
It's Nina.
Jesus
he said that.
Christ.
He said that.
He said that. We've lost him.
He said that, and he also cleared it up. The same with the. But
why? See, again, this goes back to me saying, why does Kanye always have to elaborate on his thoughts, and why can't he just articulate what he means in the first place? Why is it that we can't treat him like a normal person and take what he says at face value? Why does it always have to be decoded and this and that? Like, that's not how the real world works. It's not being decoded. When you're saying to me right then and there, it's not being decoded, and am I supposed to go into the back of my brain and be like, okay, it's not being decoded means that he's hungry? Like, no. That's not how it works.
The thing is, the thing is, for people who are really paying attention, those two things are just bad statements. And then he also had something very poignant to say after that, after he was asked to clarify, in which after people heard the explanation, it was like, yeah, I rushed the thought, but this is what I mean. Because slavery, how long was slavery? Slavery wasn't 400 years, was it? No, I don't know how long slavery was. I don't know.
Yeah.
So since we're talking about, let's recap the whole did you watch the visit to the White House, Nina?
Not the whole thing. I've seen some clips of it. I was at work.
I see the fact that you saw clips on it. I want you to go first, because I'm gonna have to debunk everything you said.
Yeah, because you tweeted everything about it.
I didn't tweet nothing about it.
Or you talked about it on Instagram somewhere.
Actually, no, I didn't talk about it. I said what I said.
I honestly, I might not have even seen full clips of it. I read stuff on it.
All right, so hey, that's probably terrible too.
He gave Trump a "Make America Great" hat because he said America was never great for Black people, period. So it shouldn't be "Make America Great Again." Mm-hmm. Okay, that's decent. T.I. is officially done with him. T.I. released a statement.
T.I. didn't say anything, right? He didn't say if you read it, he didn't really say anything. He gave you no point as to why he's done with them. T.I.'s a fucking loser, dog.
I've been extremely patient and made it a point not to jump to any conclusions, but about his antics, because of the lessons learned from the outcome of similar situations dealing with my brother. Mm-hmm. What was wrong with his brother?
He's not. He's talking about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne said something about all lives matter, and then T.I. came out. Now
this shit is next level futuristic Sambo hopping Bob Steven off the Django ass shit. Mm-hmm. From what I can gather, this is the most repulsive, disgraceful. It's not letting me click the rest of it. Oh, here we go. Embarrassing act of desperation and auctioning off to one's soul to gain power I've ever seen. So he basically thinks Kanye's sucking Trump's dick to get power.
Okay.
I recall you asking to come to this meeting. I declined naturally. I would have been in there with you and you behaved. If I would have been in there with you and you behaved that spinelessly in my presence, I feel that I'd be compelled to slap the fuck out of you for the people. You're ass kissing and boot licking on a whole new level, and I refuse to associate myself with something so vile, weak, and inconsiderate to the effect this has on the greater good of all our people. Okay. I'm a true believer in it ain't what you do, it's how you do it, and this shit is regurgitating. At one time, it was a pleasure to work alongside you. Now I'm ashamed to have ever been associated with you.
Yep.
To all the people who follow Ye musically, socially, even personally, who are confused, heartbroken, infuriated, let me make this clear. This shit ain't cool. This is a move Ye made for Ye. It's a play to put him in a position he'd like to see himself in. We are not in his mind. I agree. We're not in his mind as he makes these comments and decisions. Agree. Don't follow this puppet, because as long as I've lived, I've learned that it benefits a man nothing at all to gain the world. If to do so, he must lose his soul. We saw Mr. West's soul on auction. If you listen closely, you can hear the tears of our ancestors hit the floor. All I can say is I've reached my limits. This is my stop. I'm officially done. Trump and his little cookie boy.
What did he say, Nina? No. I don't reread. What did he say?
He said what was the fact that he's disgracing all of our people, and that it's not okay for him to be acting like this, and he's doing it selfishly to put himself in a position of power. That's what he said, and that he's not thinking about other people in the actions that he's doing and making.
What it really sound? It sounds like a man who uses eloquent words that still can't articulate himself to say that Kanye, because you're not with black people and you're with this guy, we don't fuck with you no more. That's what it's basically. It's playground politics. That's what he's doing. It's tribalism. It's playground politics. It's high school classism.
Okay.
It's high school classism.
I'm gonna make this very simple for you.
No, Nina, I'm black, so
you're literally watching your friend go up to a racist and support a blunt, straight up, very upfront racist.
So you didn't watch the video as you said. All right. So this is what happened.
But how would that make you feel?
Kanye said that the liberals. This is what the liberals do to control black people. They use racism as a narrative to control people, so they're not able to go past certain boundaries. So when Kanye was asked about the racism of Donald Trump, he said, racism is a concept. We all know it's a concept. It's a concept that liberals use to kind of control black people. It's an invisible blanket. And Kanye responded saying that if racism was going to stop me, I would have moved out of this country a long time ago. Racism is an invisible blanket that should not stop anybody from trying to move forward. That's one of the points that he said regarding the whole thing.
But it does. It does stop people from moving forward. Exactly.
Because you know why? They self-impose it.
No, if you're in a workplace and they don't hire black people,
then what? That's going to stop.
You're not moving forward.
You're not listening to me. He said, if racism is so much of a bad thing, move out the fucking country. But if you're here, but this is what Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, what's his name? Du Bois, Frederick Douglass. These guys all have to suffer through fucking racism. And what they're able to do? They're able to achieve fucking great things in America.
Yes, but Kanye saying move out of America isn't as easy. Nobody has as much money as him to just up and go.
I don't think you're taking what I'm saying. He said if racism was that much of a difficulty type of thing, I would have moved out of America a long time ago.
Okay.
Racism is an invisible blanket, and I'm keep on pushing forward. That's what he's with Trump. Oh, so hold on. So also, you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it.
I'm listening to you recap, but your point still doesn't make any sense.
No, but you're not. You're looking for an answer that doesn't make sense to the question that you have in your head.
What do you mean? You're telling me that Kanye said if racism was stopping people that much, they should just up and leave America.
No. He did not say tell people. He did not say that.
Okay,
he
so
said
what did he
racism
say?
Was so much of an issue for me, I would have left America a long time ago.
Okay.
That's what he's saying for him. He's saying that he doesn't see racism. He's basically doesn't have that concept.
So he doesn't see color. Is that what you're trying to tell me? He's saying he doesn't see racism, he doesn't see color, none of that.
He didn't say he doesn't see color. He said racism. Well, racism is, it doesn't control him. It does not navigate his life.
Sure.
All right. So he says that throughout the whole 20-something minutes of him in the White House, this man is not doing no bootlicking, no Samboing, none of that disgraceful shit to black people. I watched that thing and I'm like, T.I. is a fucking loser. He's trying to sell fucking albums. He did a shitty, terrible first week. And you see how what he did? He posted some millennial Trump. That when you start attacking a man's wife like that, you's a fucking whole ass nigga for like that, for real. And Snoop Dogg's a whole ass nigga too. So I'm watching the whole thing for the last 20 minutes. And what Kanye is saying, he's saying some poignant things. He's saying that we need to help the school system. We need to put in structures and bring jobs to America. He said like, hey, there needs to be factions and Montessori schools and things like that.
Montessori.
And help uplift the country and help uplift the communities in Chicago. He was even petitioning for Larry Hoover. He was like, hey, Larry Hoover was changing his life. And they up and arrested him and put him in the cell right beside the Unabomber. Mm-hmm. And this man was changing his life and he was able to influence a large community inside Chicago. And we should bring him out because his influence in Chicago could help. And his disciplines and lessons that he was able to create while he was behind bars are going to help, with the youth in Chicago, amongst other things. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, T.I. didn't even listen to the thing. He probably listened to the script and it was like, whatever. And also Kanye even spoke on the stop and frisk. He was like, hey, they're asking, hey, since you're with Trump right now, what do you think are the best way to try to fix things in Chicago? And he was like, before you got here, a lot of the people in Chicago were asking him, yo, you should tell Trump to or voice or advocate that the stop and frisk system inside Chicago needs to be gone because it doesn't help with police relations inside Chicago. He speaks on a whole bunch of other things. Man, I'm saying like he doesn't say anything. Like he doesn't say anything bad. And he says even when someone spoke on, hey, you said George Bush doesn't care about black people. He was like, you know what? When I said that, I had a victimized mentality. And that means that when black people are victimized, they also lend the just say like, hey, this guy doesn't believe in that, doesn't like black people. And then
I guess we'll just agree to disagree because
you didn't watch
Kanye. Wait, listen. Kanye has openly said, "I support Trump." Supporting somebody means you support their values and what they stand for. So that right there just goes to answer your question.
I support my friends.
Yeah, and you support their values. I support people who I truly like. I'm not supporting bad people who do bad things and think badly about people who aren't the same as them. So Kanye openly saying, I'll leave it at this. This is my last point.
You have no good points here.
Kanye openly have no good points here. Listen, this is my opinion, not yours. It's mine.
But your opinion is jaded.
I'm not done.
Your opinion is jaded,
No,
Nina.
my opinion is, why am I going to be like, yeah, you guys, you know what? Go advocate for him, like whatever. Everything he's doing is all right and this and that. When I don't support what Trump stands for, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not a bitch. Period. Point blank.
What are you talking about? Where are you getting this from?
Like, Kanye literally said word for word, I support Trump.
But no, see, the thing is, this is what you're doing. This is the ad hominem.
This isn't. He literally said this before the interview, not at the White House. He said it before that.
This is what the ad hominem is.
No,
it's when you don't attack the point. Attack the point. You're talking about the character. The character and the point are two unrelated.
The overall point is the fact that he supports Trump. That is everyone's issue here and now.
But no, see, the thing is,
that is the whole
This
overall.
is what tribalism is, because they're saying they don't want him supporting Trump. They're doing the whole identity politics. So instead of going like, hey, let's hear what Kanye has to say, people are all automatically disregarding what Kanye's saying, even though what he's saying is legitimate. Things that could help. The same people are trying to put him down. That doesn't make any type of sense. And Kanye also said he doesn't even have we have to talk about something else. He said he doesn't even have mental illness. He says the doctor
that makes it even worse.
Nah, the doctor misdiagnosed him.
Okay.
And he said he was actually suffering from sleep deprivation, which can turn into what's that? The thing where you lose memory in your future.
Alzheimer's?
I don't know the other one.
Alzheimer's is the one where you lose memory.
Where he said some other shit.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. So,
but you haven't listened to if the thing is, if you take a time to listen what the Kanye have to say, if your whole thing is
why am I going to give him another chance
No.
when he said all this other shit before? I don't
But
understand.
you're not listening
No.
to
The
him.
thing is, you're trying to convince me to listen to pick out other points when his whole overall message is that he supports Trump. Period. Point blank.
No,
So
he supports black people. That's what he is.
My opinion is that he's lost his mind, and
He hasn't lost his mind.
That's it. I wouldn't support Trump because I don't support his values and what he stands for.
Trump is the only other all the rappers that went to Obama and Obama didn't do nothing, not change one single bill, not change a single motherfucking thing for black people. All black people got a photo op with this guy. But Kanye and Kim are going to the White House going like, hey, there's some serious issues happening in this country.
Like, Kim is actually doing something about
Kanye is actually doing something too.
What did he do?
He's in the the thing is, he's in the White House, right?
Okay.
He's in the White House and he's talking to the president about serious issues. Okay. And the president said us numerous times, it's like, I have an ear and I'm open to help. I'm open to hearing everything. And he really wants to help save Chicago. Trump was like, yo, let's bring the military to Chicago, do all that shit. The thing is, no one wants Trump to help the black community because the black community in the United States are on some type of leadership where they was like, you know what, we fuck you type shit. We don't want your help, which it doesn't really help anything. I think what right now is, I relate Kanye to what this movie is called and the book called is The Spook by the Door. The Spook by the Door was one black man who infiltrated the CIA, was able to grab intel, but all the black people around him while he was going to the CIA, they looked at him as a Sambo, as some type of coon, because he was trying to infiltrate this white organization to get information to help better black people. But a lot of black people didn't see that. So once he was at the CIA, he was able to get enough information, enough intel to go back to Chicago, because this movie takes place in Chicago. So The Spook by the Door, he went back to Chicago and helped rally up black people from low income houses to attack. It was like a black type of I forget the movie. Know what you're trying to say. The movie, but I forget the thing I'm trying to say. But it was a black uprise type of movie.
Okay.
So basically, in the end, like, black people uprose and attacked white people off the information and skills that this one man was able to gather from the CIA to help further and help black people inside Chicago. But that's why I look at Kanye like that. Kanye is right now, he's being persecuted for a lot of things. And I don't even think he's doing antics. I think he's actually trying to help, but people don't want to hear it. Like some whole ass nigga Snoop Dogg and
all right. Well, let's see if Trump actually does what Kanye asks him to. We'll just agree to disagree on this one.
Hey, man. And yo, Charlamagne, you whack for that too. And
yeah,
Charlamagne's whack
canceled
for
the
that.
mental health panel with Kanye.
Because he probably heard it. He probably heard that. Yo, I don't even have bipolar. I don't even have bipolar. What's that fucking
bipolar disorder?
Yeah, I don't even have that shit. And Charlamagne was like, oh shit, no one really took this in yet. So let me just cancel this shit. Because the whole thing was centered around mental health. Yes. Which when Kanye found out he was diagnosed with bipolar disease or disorder, Kanye was going around saying, hey, I got this. And Charlamagne was like, oh shit, no one's really talking about it.
Though. How do you have all that money and get misdiagnosed? You didn't go for a second opinion?
No,
a third?
A lot of people don't go for second opinions.
When it comes down to that shit, you should go for a second opinion.
Yeah. And most people, and we live in an era where people don't even go to the fucking doctor and just like, yo, shit, I got anxiety. Yeah. So we live in that type of time where people just say like, yo, I got depression. So we live in that type of time. So Charlamagne, I think he's smart for I think even his caption for it was like, he made some shit. Like, nah, man, bro, just say the truth. Like, the man doesn't have nothing. And he admitted that. He was like, I don't have it. I'm suffering from sleep deprivation. That's what Kanye is suffering from. So this man have to cancel that shit. Although Kanye was in Africa
too.
So
Charlamagne made it seem like, Charlamagne made it seem like he canceled it because
he's doing some wild shit.
Yeah, because Kanye's doing too much. But I guess there's no way that you found that out and Charlamagne doesn't know that. So
Charlamagne knows. He knows.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up thing.
I didn't know.
No one knows. I'm like, yo, it's just 20 fucking minutes of this man talking. If you take the time to listen to this man talk, then you would go like, all right, I think the only thing that was wrong inside the whole thing was the fact that he was cussing inside the White House. He was using the N-word and saying shit and shit. I mean, maybe some people was like, you know what, you're within inside a prestigious place like that. Maybe you want to reel back on the swearing and using of the foul language. But other than that, I think his points were very poignant. I think he was really trying to get to something. And for Charlamagne have a conversation about mental health with a man who does not have a mental health, I think he should still have it. I think the conversation should even be more of an imperative for Charlamagne to have a conversation with Kanye West, because this man was misdiagnosed. And it should be on top of that is like a lot of people are walking around with disorders and things that they don't even know, or they are assuming they have a mental disorder when they possibly could be suffering from something else. That's a bigger conversation that everyone should have. Do you really have a mental disorder, or are you suffering from something else that actually that shares the same symptoms as a mental disorder?
Yeah.
Those are the conversations that we really should be having. And I always advocate. I say mental disorder is a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Yes,
and if you really
actually need to go get it.
Yeah. So if you really if you're really serious about mental illness and a mental checkup, don't be one of them whole ass niggas on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'm using L word. I don't use that. Don't be one of them hoes, and don't be one of them weirdos on Twitter or Instagram advocating for mental health, but you don't really tell people to go get checkup, to really check it out, so you really can diagnose what you really have, if you have it or not. Those are the type of things that's how you really talk about mental health. When you actually talk about it in all platforms and all type of shit. He's like, you should even give people the get out. It's like, yeah, you might not have mental illness. You might have something that has a similar trait, which can be taken care of with a proper diet or sleeping properly or some other shit. But you have to go talk to a doctor to check yourself out. Going to a doctor and self-preventative care is always key. Don't always go for the last point. You know what I mean? People are not doing that, and people are not even advocating for those type of conversations. Yeah, man, I'm turned.
I was gonna say though, that's a good segue into how long are we right now?
We're about an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. Do you want to make this the last topic, the Remy Ma?
Remy Ma. Hold on.
Damn, he's taking out his water. He never drinks water.
Oh, also, yo, Ice-T, you a hoe, bro. You fucking hoe. I saw that video talking about never compare. Nah, bro. Yo, see, I remember a few years ago, your wife was getting fucked in the hotel by some rapper trying to come up, said he had the video and everything. You was all the way fucking low, talking about, yo, don't do it. Yo, this man was crying, bro. He was crying. He didn't want his wife to be exposed like that. And he's still with the woman. He's talking.
She was married at the time?
Yeah. And he was on that, yo, I'm a pimp type shit. You know what I mean? He's a fucking weirdo. Ice-T, yo. See, I knew Ice-T was lame when he was trying to go at Soulja Boy back in then. And this is why, yo, Soulja Boy, this is why Snoop Dogg lame too, bro. Snoop Dogg lame. You see when he made that video about, I know who Kiki is type shit? I saw that. Yo, Snoop Dogg, you a fucking hoe, bro.
He's saying that because Ice-T said, the TMZ guy was interviewing Ice-T and Coco and saying that people compare them to Kim and Kanye.
Yeah, no one's comparing you. Yo, Ice-T haven't done shit for black people, man. Fucking weirdo. I see this guy on Law and Order every fucking year with the receding hairline. Fuck that guy. Doing a whole bunch of that. Yo, that guy pretend to be a pimp type shit. He didn't do no pimp type shit. Yo, bro. Yo, no one's comparing them to, yo, what they do? Coco ain't free no black people. She letting black people fuck though.
Oh, also, I was just, side note, I watched, because I religiously watched the Kardashians. So that's also another thing Apollo forgot. And he seemed to think that my comments for Kim were coming out of hate, but they're coming out of honesty because my opinion is always honest. I love the Kardashians. I watch every single episode religiously.
Man.
So my comments about Kim are just my honest opinion. However, in this episode, they did a big renovation for the Watts Community Center in California.
The Kardashians, right?
Yeah.
Kardashians helping black people and you guys keep on shitting on them.
It was like they renovated the fuck out of that place. They got a bunch of people, like Adidas went and made sports field or basketball court, and then people came and redid the entire kitchen. They got them all MacBooks for their computer working lab and all this shit. So yeah, that's just a side note.
Also before we move any further, yo, J. Cole, you a hoe, bro. Man, you a hoe, bro. Yo, see the thing is, so when Kanye does some shit, it's like, yo, I support this guy type shit, and I'm trying to help the black people. You tell me, yo, you read the article, yo, J. Cole's a fucking hoe, bro.
J. Cole didn't vote in 2016 because he said he doesn't feel like what Hillary said related to him.
And you know what he did? He went out and do some fucking campaigns, did a concert for her, and he was like, I know J. Cole's a hoe, bro. So this guy talks about, yo, if Bernie Sanders was going to the thing, I would vote, but I don't lend my voice to politicians. You a fucking hoe. Isn't performing and campaign for Hillary?
But do you think he realized this before or after he performed?
He knew during. That man is in his 30s, bro. Like, he knows what he's doing. I'm sorry for calling you, bro.
No, but what if I don't care.
He knows what he's doing.
No, but what if he thought, like, what if he was thinking during the performance, like, yeah, I'm going to do this because I support her, whatever, and then it all came down to, like, a couple days before election day, and he realized, oh, fuck, I don't really stand with any of this.
Cause he know why the money was there. This is what people always champion. Yo, J. Cole speaking for the real people. Nah, J. Cole's a fucking hoe too, bro. Like, yo, that's some weird shit. Yo, that's some weird shit. You really got to get down on this. You talking about this whole go out and vote. We need to vote. Every vote means something. You got to exercise your right to vote. And we have this guy. This guy has a big ass platform doing the same shit that he's not even following. Yo, that's some weird shit.
It is weird. It is weird. I will give it that.
Talking about, yo, I don't lend my voice out to politicians, but I lend my voice out to Hillary because the money's there. Yo, J. Cole, go fuck yourself, bro.
Yeah, no, that is very contradicting if he knew the whole time. Last topic.
I don't want nothing. I don't have to take the same type of energy.
Okay.
But, yeah, go.
So Remy Ma, in a show, The State of the Culture, it's Joe Budden, her and
Joe Budden, Remy Ma, Jinx, and Scotty Beam.
Yeah, so they have this show, A State of the Culture. And in a clip from the show, she says that she is okay with non-black people saying the N-word, because they were talking about Lil Xan, he's just white, right?
Lil Xan is actually Mexican.
Oh, okay. He's Mexican. And he had an outburst at the mall, and he said to somebody, "I am a rich N-word." So they were addressing that. Remy Ma said she's okay with non-black people saying the N-word, with both the A or a hard R, as long as it's not being used racially. And she said that, like, for example, she said Fat Joe, he's been saying it for so long, and like, to me, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
and when you
Fat
think
Joe's Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah, and when you think about it, you could pinpoint Fat Joe, you could pinpoint French Montana, you could pinpoint Nav, French Montana for a little while.
French Montana's whole thing is, I'm Moroccan.
Yeah, I noticed that too, but I'm like, bro, you're brown. Like, what? Yeah, his whole thing is he's Moroccan, but and Morocco
is from Africa.
That's Nav was saying it, and then he got called out by like, there's obviously I feel like a lot of rappers who say it like in the beginning of their careers, and then they get like called out for it by fans. It's funny because it's not even like the artist. Like, Nav was singing on the song with Travis Scott, and Travis never said shit to him. Like, that to me is wild, because it's like, yo, you're working with these artists who are saying it who aren't black, and you're not checking them, but then the fans are the ones who have to check them and say, like, yo,
the artists their whole thing is ran and dictated by the people, right?
Yeah.
So the people don't like whatever type of content or the N-word. Obviously, if you're doing hip-hop, you are going to appeal to more black people. Yeah. Black people are actually going to give you the cosign, the certification, and then the white people are going to just give you the checks. I don't want to say that. So if black people are not rocking with you saying the N-word, then you obviously going to come out and say, hey, man, I apologize. But the thing with Nav, too, with that whole statement, bro, you know what the fuck you're getting into.
Yeah.
I don't know why you even made that statement. It's like, oh, nah, bro, you already know. You can't be fucking with black people in the hood and shit and not know that outside this hood, they don't fuck with you saying the N-word.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I think Remy Ma, this is not a good thing, because you know what? If you was to let everybody say it, you would have white people who are going to abuse it, and then start using it racially, and then there's going to be the other white people who stick up for them and say, well, you said we could say it, and then Remy Ma's going to say, yeah, but I said you couldn't say it racially, but they're going to be like, well, either way, you said we could still say it, and white supremacy overrules all. So.
My thought on this, I had this conversation with Ada and throughout the years, and I used to give myself like an N-word type of. I said the N-word in this episode too. That's crazy.
You not say it?
I don't say it. I mean, I say it, but I don't say it in front of like not black people.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Can I ask why?
It's just more. It's more of an inclusive thing.
Okay.
It's like when I'm around my other black friends, I'd be throwing the N-word crazy. You can see it in my text message when I'm talking to my black friends. I'd be throwing the N-word crazy. But like when I'm not in front of black people, I just don't say it because it's just that's how it's
it's not relatable.
And when people, and I remember this so many times, not so many times, but there's been 2 separate times where someone who wasn't black said, and I looked at them crazy. I'm like, whoa, where's that word come from? I never heard that shit before. And they looked at me like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. I do that all the time. Like I just act like I don't know the word. But I say I had this whole thing was I used to say like only black people could say it because, but I look at it like this. Hey, if you wake up in the morning and your first thought is how can I help black people move further in society after being persecuted for so many years, then you can say the N-word. But if you don't wake up if you don't wake up and go like, how can I help further black people in this society because they've been on the low totem pole of society, then don't say it. Because black people are not your priority. If black people are your priority in life, then say the N-word. I'm I'm not gonna hold you, but
Yeah, I feel like you just can't give it a handout because there's gonna be people who are gonna take advantage, and then it's gonna turn.
I'm gonna ask you. You said the N word. Yo, do you wake up in the morning? You ask yourself, how can you help black people every day?
That's a good thing.
And if you say no, then don't say it around me. If you do, then fuck it. I'm not gonna stop you. Try to help us.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Yeah. No, I don't think it should be given a pass because if it is, it's gonna get taken advantage.
Yeah. And yeah. Obviously, I know there's some other people there's other black.
Like I just think of the rich white frat kids in America.
Yeah,
that's what I think of when I think of Remy Ma saying anyone can say it.
The thing is, they usually, when you watch a World Star video, the minute someone knocks someone out, what's going on, Nicole? Yeah. They say it all the time. So it's like, the weird thing is, the N-word's a fighting word, and during like, yo, fuck it, yeah, come on. Yeah, they say it when they're fighting and things. It's like, it's an emotional type of word that it comes out when, in the heat of battle. Yeah. And hey man, I say don't use it. I don't use it around people that are not black, but yeah, I say don't give it a pass because people are gonna take advantage, specifically the white frat boys in America. I remember having this conversation back, like this conversation always happens. It's like there's like women going like, yeah, I just say it all the time and da 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 da. And if you're a white woman, you say the N-word and you say like you got black friends, don't fetishize a black man. Stop that. That's disgusting. You are disgusting. You are vile. If you say that, yo, you say the N-word and you still fuck with a whole bunch of black guys, and you fuck with the black underbelly of society. If you fuck with the drug dealers, the guys who just doing a whole bunch of crimes, like if you say because you fuck with them type guys, then you disgusting, bro. Like just stop it. You get yourself a proper black man. Get yourself an
educated Wall Street. Black man.
Like do yourself a favor.
You know what I noticed? I feel like there's a lot more of those in America than there are in Canada. What? Because black men in the sector of finance or IT and stuff like that. Because I noticed even my friend Brittany, when she came to Baltimore with me as well, she was saying the same thing. And she was like, you know, a lot of the guys here, they're very good looking, but they're not stupid. Like they go to school for IT or they're in finance or like they're not just in and I can say this because you and I both did communications. They're not just in communications, which everyone sees as an easy way out.
There's a lot of black people in your communication program?
There was a few, yeah, but a lot of no, not at York. No, not at York. Not at York. Yeah, she was saying that to me too, and I was like, yeah, I noticed that too while I was here. Like a lot of them are into that. Like they're not just like communications.
Hey man, is communications a black thing?
No, but it's just the thing is like there's not, what I'm trying to say is you don't come across many Wall Street type black men in the city of Toronto. Yeah. Versus when I was out in Baltimore, it was a regular thing. But the thing which shocked me and Brittany both.
The thing is, you got to look at this, right? You're dealing with pure numbers. How many people in Baltimore? Like 10 million, right?
No, let me Google it. Yeah. I feel like it's less than Toronto.
No, it's not. Baltimore? The city of Baltimore.
The population.
The city of Baltimore.
Of Baltimore, Maryland. I will tell you right now.
Well, 10 million.
No, it's only 615,000.
In the city of Baltimore?
Yes.
How do you fucking believe you? How do you?
The state of Maryland itself is a small state. Maryland itself only has 6 million people.
So 6 million people
in Maryland, not in Baltimore. In the state of
Maryland.
Baltimore itself is 615,000. Even the place that I went to school was Towson, which was 20 minutes away from Baltimore. Let me tell you what that population was. Towson is only 55,000.
Oh, because of the college city.
Yeah. College. I thought you said colored city. I was like,
no, college city.
College town. Yeah, but yeah, no, Baltimore only has 650,000. All right, so you know,
that still doesn't negate my point I was trying to get at. That's still not gonna stop me from getting this point off.
Yeah, no, but that's interesting because there was this one thing on Six Buzz. I remember this girl was talking about how all the black guys in America are so much better looking than all the Canadian black guys. Yeah. She was like, why does Canada get the B-level black guys, B-level looking black guys versus America?
So here's my thing. It's the numbers. It's a numbers thing. Mm-hmm. So America has over like 300 million people there, right? Yeah. So obviously by numbers, you're going to get more black people in different sectors by numbers. Mm-hmm. But if we're talking all just number based, yes, you will find, if you go to America, you will find more black men in the finance sector, in the politics, IT, like Silicon Valley type shit. Yeah. You will find more comparative to Canada.
Yeah.
If you're in America, you probably go like, yo, there's not a lot of black people in this type of field. But yes, by and large, when you look at black people over here in Canada, and you look black people in the States, yes, you will find more black people doing IT, finance, and a whole bunch of foreign exchange.
It's just like,
type
because
shit,
when we were at York, like, and any of the black people that I met, not
all in psych,
all
right?
of them, but pardon?
All in psych, right?
Yeah, a lot of them psych, or there's another one that's similar to psych. I don't remember what it's called.
Sociology?
Yeah, maybe sociology. Not a lot of communications, but definitely like not IT or computer programming and that kind of stuff. But in Baltimore, it was like every guy that asks you, hey, what's your program? You tell them, they're like, oh yeah, what's your program? Oh, IT. And I was like, whoa, that's different.
Yeah, over here, I remember. That's why I say communications is easy. I see
Communications is considered as a joke program.
In where? In what?
Everywhere.
Where?
Yeah, like even people here like will make jokes and stuff. I remember in Baltimore it was a bigger joke. Like people would make like people in science and shit are like, yeah, I have a 10-page paper due tomorrow, and they're like, oh, but you're in communications, and I'm like, you don't even have to write fucking essays, so shut up. Like, don't belittle my education. I'm still fucking here.
That's crazy because I didn't see no black people in my communication.
I had a few, not a lot. I had a few though.
I think I'm over exaggerating. Not a few. I didn't have a few. I could count all the black people I know.
I could count on one hand. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like all the black people I know that went to post secondary. They did all like fucking psych.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like.
Why the fuck do black people do psych?
I don't know.
What the fuck? Why? We don't even believe in mental illness like that. What the fuck we doing psych for? The fuck we doing that shit?
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't know.
You know how many people I know?
A lot of them actually no. You know what? A lot of them that I know went to trades, like trades like carpentry and shit like that.
That's my brother's. My brother's in HVAC.
Yeah, HVAC was a big one too.
HVAC or like electrician.
Yeah, that's where a lot of them that I know went to.
Yeah, man, I can't do that shit. My hands is not like that. I don't got hands like that. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Nina?
No, I think we hit everything.
All right, so. That was I think we still came right under.
Right, yeah.
All right, so
it's okay. We tried to shorten it for you guys. You guys let us know if you like them longer. I was about to say it, and you were gonna say that's what you said. If you guys like the episodes an hour and 40, or if you guys would prefer them to be like an hour, let us know.
Yep.
To close it off, I guess.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks for listening.
I appreciate you guys for listening.
Anything you're doing this week?
Anything I'm doing this week?
Yes.
No.
Me neither.
I don't think I'm doing anything special.
Next week's Halloween, and then I'm gonna go ham.
I might get my bracelet fixed because it's
Paulo broke his gold.
I didn't break it. It's just there's a loose piece. I'm gonna see if they could weld it back in, so if everything could look.
Listen.
Look at me. I only got two. I got 3 bracelets. 2 on one hand, and I got 2 gold earrings. You know what I mean? I might. After I get more money, after this podcast thing pops off, I'm gonna buy myself like 3 Cartier bracelets.
After this podcast thing pops off, I'm gonna buy a house.
You wanna buy a house? Off the ad money we get?
No, but I wanted to. If you guys see me next weekend for Halloween, I'm telling you right now, my Halloween costume is 10 out of 10. Apollo, it's 10 out of 10. Remember the picture I sent you?
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not hating on it.
10 out of 10.
I'm not.
No, I want you to co-sign 10 out of 10.
Oh, co-sign. Yeah.
I've gotten 4 people say to me, "Damn, you nailed that shit."
Yeah, it's
I
lit.
nailed
it's dope.
it.
It's dope.
You guys just wait for it.
Yeah, it's dope. You guys wait for it. It's dope.
Wait for it.
Oh, yo, and me and Nina we're matching today.
Oh yeah, we matched on accident. We're both wearing a yellow hoodie and black pants.
But she didn't come with that same energy to match mine though.
I did.
No, you didn't.
In the beginning of the episode.
You didn't got that same energy from me, man.
No, because the whole Kanye thing was just turning into a fight.
Yeah, man.
I didn't like it. I withdrew myself from the situation.
Man. I don't know, man. I had some shit to get off my chest because I was just angry, man.
It's okay. Then we just started yelling at each other, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah. You know what? Let's
throw it in the towel.
What if people like?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
What people listen to this like, yo, get it, Apollo.
No, because I could feel myself before the last go I had. I could feel myself actually getting mad.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm withdrawing myself from this shit.
We need that energy, man.
No. It would have got a little too crazy.
Yeah, we would have. Okay, so yes, thank you for listening.
Yep.
Remember to subscribe to the podcast. We're on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play.
Tell a friend.
All
that shit.
Also, that's what about it.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. What did you want to say?
No. I'll let you know after. Oh, yo, you never showed me the girl who got the 2 dicks. All right, later,
Oh, yeah,
guys.
so you have to
Later, guys.
bye.